Dear students, today let us consider heat transfer. We can do a simple activity. Let us take two metal blocks. One is at 90 degrees centigrade and another is at room temperature. You keep these two in touch with each other. After some time, both will be equally hot, around 45 to 50 degrees centigrade. So what happened? You can guess. And we know already that heat moves from higher temperature to lower temperature. So heat transfer has taken place from object A to object B. And such type of transfer is possible only if they are in touch with each other. If they are in touch with each other. So in our daily life also we can find, suppose we have in some hotels there are tables, metal tables are there. Some tables are like this, metal tables. The table, this is made of metal plate. If he keeps a hot steel tea glass on this, you keep it like that only for some time, and you remove this and you touch this place, it will be felt hot. It means heat is transferred. See here, the metal plate, this was at it was at room temperature. It was at room temperature, some 30 degrees centigrade, and the tea, it was a boiling tea, no? So it will be at 100 degrees centigrade. You kept the uh, steel glass plate over the metal table for some time, and when you remove this, you will feel the table, this area hot. The reason, what is the reason? There is heat transfer from this glass plate to this table plate. So that is, and here this heat transfer was possible because they both are in touch with each other, and these two are solids. Here also these two are solids. We can perform another activity also. You light a candle, you take a metal wire, a metal stick, you put one end of the stick in the flame and you catch the other end. After some time, our hand will feel the hotness. So, what happened here? Here, the heat has traveled through the metal stick. There is heat transfer through the solid metal stick. So now we have taken the examples of solids. We are considering all solid examples. So instead of metal stick, you take a wooden stick and do suppose this is a wooden stick, and even though here it is this end catches fire, the other end we do not feel any hotness. It means heat is not flowing through the wooden stick. Heat is found to flow through metals only. So that is why this is called conductor, good conductor, and the wooden stick is called as a bad conductor. So this way of transfer of heat from one block to another block, from one body to another body, or in a single body from one part to another part. Such way of transmission, such mode of heat transfer is called conduction. Conduction. We know matter exists in broadly in two states: solids, fluids. which are rigid are called solids, and which flow are called fluids. And again, the fluids are classified into two types, liquids and gases. So in these three states we find the matter. Now we have discussed about the solids. Now let us go for the liquids. Let us perform an activity. Let us take water in a beaker. To that, let us add some potassium permanganate crystals for color sake only. So the crystals are suppose here at the bottom of the beaker. And now you kept the beaker on a tripod and you started heating with a Bunsen burner. And if you observe the water, gradually the crystals may mixing in the water, some color is produced, violet color is produced, and the color gradually rises. You will find the color gradually rising. So like rising, and afterwards again coming back. So in this way, rising and again coming back. Rising and coming back, you will find. So here, so from this visibility, we can say here what is happening, we can guess. See, first heat touches the bottom water molecules. The bottom water molecules absorbing the heat energy, its density gets decreased because absorbing the heat energy, they expand. They expand. For the same mass, if you compare same mass of cold water and hot water, what is the difference? See, when the water absorbing the heat, it expands, its volume increases, and density is equal to mass by volume. If volume increases, its density decreases. That's why after absorbing the heat energy, its density decreases, therefore it comes up. That's why we find the color rising up, because the water molecules are, the hot water molecules are coming up. When they come up, see, on the water surface air is there. So the hot water molecules give some of the heat energy to the surroundings and they become cool. And soon they become cool. See, the volume decreases. Volume decreases means density increases. Therefore, they go down. They go down gradually. So in this way, what we observe here, the water molecules in the bottom absorbing the heat energy, they are coming up. After losing the heat energy, again coming down. So in this way, the water molecules are coming up and going down in a cycle. In a cycle. So such type of, so after some time the entire water will reach some temperature. But what we observe mainly, see, if only the upper part of the water will be felt warm and the lower part is will be cold. Suppose you put, whether you heat the water by a Bunsen burner or a stove or a immersion water heater, in whatever way you heat water, only the upper part is at more temperature and the lower part is at less temperature. That's why we make use of a stirrer. We make use of a stirrer while cooking. Every minute we will be moving the stirrer round and round to make the temperature uniform throughout the liquid. So anyhow, the way heat is transferred to the liquid. Just now you observed how the heat transfer took place. The heat is first gained by the lower bottom molecules. The lower part after absorbing the heat energy expanded, its density decreased, therefore it came up. After losing heat energy, and the see when the hot water the water absorbing the heat energy expands and its density decreases, therefore that comes up. So here vacant place is left. This vacancy is occupied by the upper cold water. So the upper cold water occupies this place. So in this way, water molecules move upside, and after losing the heat energy, again they come back because of increase in density. So absorb the heat energy, becomes less dense, go up. Lose the heat energy, becomes more dense and come down. In this way there is movement of molecules up and down, and in this way if heat transfer takes place, such mode of heat transfer is called convection. Convection. Okay, now we considered solids and liquids. The gases are left. How heat transfer takes place through gases? You know, gases are bad conductors. Gases are bad conductors. But even though they are bad conductors, through the gas, the gas molecules also help in heat transfer, just like water molecules. Just like water molecules. How, for example, in our house, in a kitchen, you are cooking. So suppose this is a room. Suppose this is a room or a house. Or a house. So this is entrance, this is window, and at the roof you will find ventilators. And in the kitchen, suppose you are cooking. Okay, the cold air enters into the room through the entrance and through the window. Cool air enters. So inside, since you are cooking, so the gases, the air absorbing the heat energy. Again, after absorbing the heat energy, the air part expands, volume increases, therefore density decreases, less dense air moves up, and now the in the down part vacancy is created, so that is occupied by the more dense cool air. And see, the hot air goes away through the ventilator, and cool air comes into through the entrance and this window. So did you observe oil lamp in your house? See, oil lamp, here it will have small holes. Through these holes, cold oxygenated air gets into this. This helps the flame burn. And here, the hot gases, they will be the hot gases being expanded with less density. They move up. And you can see here hot gas coming down. So cold air gets into through these holes, and hot gas go away like this. Or you can make an activity. You cut a T-shaped You cut a T-shaped cardboard and you put here. You keep here. See, through one way, the cool air gets in. After absorbing the heat energy, the hot air goes out through another way. So all these are examples for heat transfer through convection. How, see, cold air is getting into either through the holes or by one way of the two ways, and the cool air after absorbing heat energy moving up, and the air which has moved up again cools down and come down. So in this way, just like water molecules, air molecules also go up and come down, make circles. And by this process, by the movement of the air couples, heat is getting transferred from one place to another place. That's why such mode of heat transfer is called as convection. Such mechanism is called as convection. See, what differences you observe between conduction and convection? You are seeing conduction mode in solids, and you are seeing convection mode in liquids and gases. That is one difference. And here in conduction mode, see, the heat is moving through the metal rod. But here the metal atoms are fixed at their places. Only heat is moving from one end to other end. But here what is happening? The molecules are moving. The molecules are moving up and coming down. Here gas molecules also moving up and coming down. In this way, here the molecules, by moving, they are transferring the heat. But here in conduction mode, the molecules are not moving. They are fixed at their places. Being fixed at their places only, they are transferring heat from one end to other end. And the convection can be classified into two types: natural convection, forced convection. Suppose a hot food is served to you in a plate. So you wait for 5 minutes. It will naturally cool down so that you can eat. But you have no time to wait for 5 minutes. Then what you do? You sit under a fan. You switch on the fan and you put the hot plate under the fan. Or you blow with your mouth. Or you take a notebook or newspaper and wave over the hot food. So if you do like this, then it cools down quickly, and this comes under forced convection. So in the natural convection, see, the hot food is served here. Suppose, let me draw here. This is the plate, and in this food is there. So here this is a hot food, and air comes over the food. The cool air absorbing the heat energy goes up. The cool air, see, from here cool air is coming. Cool air is coming. Absorbing the heat energy, they move up as hot air. So in this way, so when the hot air, after absorbing the heat energy, it goes up, again here vacant place is created. Therefore, from the surroundings again cool air comes, absorbs the heat energy and goes up. So in this way, from the surrounding, the cool air comes, absorbs the heat energy and goes up. In this way, the heat in this food is taken away by the way of convection method. So in forced convection, so you are making use of air pump or fan or blowing air over the food. So here the heat is quickly removed from the food. Okay, now we discussed heat transfer through solids, heat transfer through liquids, heat transfer by air, that is gases, heat transfer by gases. So solid, liquid, gases. So all the three states of matter we have considered. So is it over? No, not over. Why means there is sun in the sky. There is sun in the sky. From the sun we get light and heat energy. Suppose this is our earth and we are on earth and we feel we are receiving light as well as heat from the sun. And around earth air is only up to several kilometers. The atmosphere is only up to several kilometers. After that there is no atmosphere, there is no air, no solid, no liquid, no gas. Just this is vacuum. Even though there is no medium, the heat transfer is taking place from sun to earth. By which mechanism? By conduction it is not possible, because conduction takes place only in solids. Okay, liquids, medium is required for heat transfer, there is no medium. Gases, medium is required, gas molecules are required for heat transfer, there are no gas. So by convection also, by the mode of convection also, the heat transfer not taking place, because there is no medium between sun and earth. Neither conduction taking place nor convection taking place. Then how the heat is received by the earth? So here the heat is coming to our earth in the form of electromagnetic waves. In the form of electromagnetic waves. Electromagnetic waves in the form of. But so far we know what we know, that only light travels as electromagnetic waves. But now for first time you are telling a new thing, that heat also travels in the form of electromagnetic waves. Yes, and just like light, as light waves have different wavelengths, these waves also have different wavelengths, and the wavelength ranges from 7800 angstroms to 1 millimeter. The wavelength range is like this, 7800 angstrom to 1 mm. In this range, see here, the sun is the source of heat, and from the sun, from the hot sun, electromagnetic waves are radiated, and they are radiated in all directions with different wavelengths. See, low temperature heat waves have long wavelengths. So this is third mode of heat transfer, and this method is called as radiation. This method is called as radiation. So we have considered how many modes of heat transfer is there? Conduction, convection, radiation. For conduction and convection, medium is required. but for radiation, medium is not required. In conduction, medium particles do not move, but in convection, medium particles move. So, in this way, we have learned three different mechanisms of heat transfer, and we will be discussing these three mechanisms in depth